So the Rose Basketball Club have played in 2 games, and it's not looking good for Lexi Hull. It's really not looking good for Lexi Hull. Like, I don't know. Imagine going from Christy Sides coaching, where she doesn't really want to play you, and no matter what you do on the court, it doesn't matter because your coach doesn't want to play you. And then eventually your coach figures it out and starts you and plays you 30 minutes a game and your team gets better. I think Lexi Hull is going through something like that right now with the Rose Basketball Club, because Lexi Hull has played in 2 games. She has played about 8 minutes combined. Not only that, she's been good. Like, the problem isn't that Lexi Hull has been garbage. Lexi Hull has played well. That's the weirdest thing, is that she's actually played well. There is one issue with Lexi Hull, which is why I think she's not playing, but I think she has actually played well. And their team lost again. They didn't lose as badly as the Phantom did, thankfully. They weren't nearly as bad as the Phantom. But her team are 0-2. And if you look at today's games, Lexi Hull hit 1-3 yesterday. They lost by 9 today. But again, every other player on her team scored in double digits, except Lexi Hull, who played a grand total of like 90 seconds. It might have been longer, it might have been shorter. I didn't count the exact amount of seconds. But she comes on, full court presses the other team's best guard, and does a good job. And then doesn't turn the ball over. But she just doesn't play. She just doesn't play. And I think the trade that put her on the Rose was a really, really not good trade for her, because I think she'd get on for the Laces. Like, I actually think the Kate Martin for Lexi Hull swap, I think she would have gotten on for the Laces. And the reason is because there is just a better lockdown defender who plays her minutes. Brittany Sykes is better than Lexi Hull as a player. And like, I really like Lexi Hull. Brittany Sykes is better than her at basketball. And the problem is that her role, Lexi Hull cannot create. So, Lexi, like, the way the Rose play is they have 2 shot creating guards, and they kind of go your turn, my turn, and you have to be able to create your own shot with the way the Rose play. Like, a lot of people are going, like, complaining about the coach for playing Lexi Hull, because Lexi Hull's coming in, doing a job, doing well. The problem is that Chelsea Gray, Brittany Sykes, Kat Copper can all create. Azare Stevens and Angel Reese's jobs, Angel Reese a little bit different, because if she gets on the board, she pushes it a little bit and she can kind of go to the wing, play a little bit of point center. But their job is to roll and seal. That's it. That is all their job is. They do some other things, but their job is to roll, seal, and handoffs. That's all they do. Pick and rolls, pick and pops, handoffs, and every other player on the team has to be the pick and roll ball handler, because they do not spot up. There are no spot up opportunities. It is pick and roll, hit inside, and yet they're shooting they will shoot some threes. But look, as a team, they shot 10 threes. They shot 10 threes as a team. And almost all of them were off screens pulling up. They do not spot up as a team. So Lexi Hull, who is a 3 and spot up shooter, not a shot creator, has no role with this team. She has absolutely no role at all. And I don't think it's on the coach. Like, a lot of people are blaming the coach. And it's a basketball issue. It really is a basketball issue. And I feel bad because she did not, like, Lexi Hull, outside of like the 15-game spell from the Olympics at the end of the year, has not played very much basketball this year. She was getting DNPs for the Fever. And the only positive note I can see about this is that it's clear Lexi Hull is doing well on defense. Well as anyone can do in this type of setting on defense. She's doing as well as anyone can do. And she's, 1 of 2 from 3? She's hit a 3. She hit a nice catch and shoot 3. The problem is that her team doesn't need 3-and-D. Because they rely on the double ball handler strategy, which is a bit weird. And like, Chelsea Gray, again, is just throwing passes anywhere. I wonder how many assists Chelsea Gray had. She had 6 assists, 3 turnovers. Like, she is just firing the ball anywhere. Like, I don't even know if some of these are passes. Some of those behind the back things, I don't even know if they're passes. She just I don't know if she's mishandled the ball or she's trying to throw a pass half the time in this. Chelsea Gray's distribution's been horrific. But they play high pick and roll. So, well, not necessarily just high pick and roll, but something into a high pick and roll, whether it be a handoff, whether it be some cuts, whether it be something, but everything is something into a high pick and roll and go to the basket. Go to the basket or clear out, Cat Copper, go ISO, or Chelsea Gray try back you down, shoot. Lexi Hull can't create for herself. And she's not on a team that suits that. Lexi Hull would be really good on like the Mist. The Mist just ran. Like the Mist, their whole thing was no like pick and roll. It was, we are shooting as much as possible, as quickly as possible. We are going pass, shot. Like the way Dejanay played. If you replace Dejanay with Lexi Hull would be really good for the Mist. And Dejanay would struggle with the Rose. Because Dejanay doesn't have much shot creation ability. A bit better going downhill than Lexi Hull, but that's really it. And even though Dejanay's quicker on defense, quicker hands on defense, and the referees probably favor Dejanay's defense a bit more. But that's pretty much it. Like, that is why Lexi Hull's not playing. Like, if you're wondering why she's benched, why she's not playing, it's just a stylistic thing. Like, if you put Lexi Hull, if I'm the Lunarels, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, you could probably trade Lexi Hull for nothing. Like, if you're not going to replace Cameron Brink and the Rose aren't using Lexi Hull, like, if I'm the Rose, I know she's playing in, I would have gone, like, just you know what? Just keep Angel Reese happy. Just bring Kaiser Gondresic in. If you're not going to play Lexi Hull in, bring in Kaiser Gondresic. And if you're the Lunarels, you have an extra spot, trade Lexi Hull. Because the way they play, Lexi Hull is fine. But the problem is that this team does not sprint. They don't go out, flat out and run. They play more of a, we're going to beat you in the half court. We're going to run some offenses. They're not trying to outshoot you. They're not trying to outgun you. Like, they shot 9 less shots, even with quite a few offensive boards. They shot 9 less shots, and they just don't shoot the 3 either. Like, 3 of 10, only 10 attempts from 3. Syke shot 3, Copper shot 2, Chelsea had 1 of 2. Azare Stevens, who's a decent shooter. But it's just not their game plan. And a 3-and-D wing for the Rose is just not what's needed. And obviously, look, hindsight's 2020. Hindsight really is 2020 when it comes to these teams. Because I think Kate Martin, if she was on the Rose, would have really struggled too. Obviously, Kate Martin and Lexi Hull had that trade. And then we saw Kate Martin have one of the best performances of the weekend with a double-double at the guard position off the bench in limited minutes, where she did unbelievable. But again, it's hard to judge because the Phantom sucked so bad. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you guys think Lexi Hull, people are saying, oh, she should have never went to Unrivaled. I still think, look, she's getting paid, 100 and something K, at least. Could be paid up to $250,000. She's everywhere. Like, it's going to help her out. And look, she's going to have to learn to create a little bit to get burn. She's going to have to become a better creator to get any burn. And I think that's something that's naturally going to be happening throughout the year. There's going to be injuries. These games are long. If you're playing 2 in 2 days, but on back-to-backs in 3 weeks' time, it can be quite tricky. So if you're Lexi Hull, it could help with basketball. Obviously, I think, unless you're making millions and millions in brand deals, which I don't know if she is, and also it's probably better than training by yourself as well, to be honest. But she really she drew the short straw with her team. The way the coach wants them to play is just not the way Lexi Hull is good at. But also, it can be seen as a positive if you are a Fever fan, that unless she wants to sit her ass on the bench, she's going to have to work on some stuff that she isn't good at. And the reality is that improves things